All right, in today's video, I'm going to be giving you the best forge recipes for weapons inside of the forge. Now, not only are, I'm going to cover a lot of weapon recipes you can use, I'm also going to try to cover just a bit of an outline for this applicable since you can do everything. Now, to keep it very short and simple, straightforward, right? I don't want to take too long explaining it because, for the most part, it's pretty simple. So I'll give you like a straight up recipe you can follow and then the mechanics behind the recipe system and how you can apply this to any ore in the game. So first thing, if you are, more of a grinder, right? Like I have a decent amount of okay ores like darkite, demonite, trying to get a lot of lightite, magmite, fireite for an armor upgrade. But for the most part, I have some decent armor. So what you can start as just a bit of a note is, and today might just be your lucky day because I'm going to be giving away every single game pass and 50 rerolls to multiple people on this video. And to enter into the giveaway, all you have to do is comment your Roblox username down below, leave a like and hype this video, and that'll go ahead and enter you into the giveaway. When it comes to obtaining ore, pretty simple. I have a video on like the best way you can grind darkite and demonite if this is what you're trying to grind for specifically. But for weapons, it's a bit different than you might assume. So if you check weapons, right, it'll have this website linked in the description. But as you see, we have all of these ores. So these are going to be all the ores in the game. And so there's this, and this will just be like the homepage link. It comes off of this. But as you can see, different ores have different traits. So different ores obviously are going to be better to craft with, like slimite, uranium, mithril, iron, fireite, magmite, lightite, demonite, darkite. These all have passives. Now, as you can see, darkite has a 15% chance to dodge. So this is, armor. As you can see, it specifies if it's armor, and then magmite, boom. This is a trait for weapons. Fireite, boom, a trait for weapons. Iron, boom, a trait for weapons. Now, with crafting, I would not recommend going over 1x from like top to bottom, or like your most valuable ore you've put into the crafting to the least valuable. I would not recommend using anything that exceeds 1x of difference, because what then becomes of that is you start losing a ton of value in the ores that you are using. Because say, for example, I'm crafting and I'm trying to get something good with like darkite, right? The highest you can get 6.3, and then I throw in uranium, which is a 3x. It's going to drop dramatically because this is only a 3x and darkite is a 6.3x. So you lose so much value in the rare ore you have, which is why you want to be very, specific about what you're doing. Now, when it comes to direct recipes, what you can do is you can go on to weapons right here and then select recipes. And now this is just straight up individual recipes you can follow, which I kind of like. So you have colossal swords, you have mid game, so ore, rivulite, and rubies. And then you can, go to each individual ore if you want to and check out that page with information in regards to it. And then obviously it shows the traits that you're most likely going to be looking at and the base damage. So like the great colossal sword. So if I were to craft with 35 darkite and 15 magmite, I'm going to have roughly a 59 multiplier and a 15 in the magmite AoE and a base damage of 235. Now, I would not honestly, some of these might, they're pretty good, but then you can have, if you have less ores, you can still get good ones. But as you see, base damage 235, this, and then obviously since these are going to be like iron hand gauntlets, if you go over to the actual weapons page, you can go ahead and look at the ones that be crafted, and then you can, go onto each individual page and see stats about it. Like for example, this is comparing a colossal sword, which we can go ahead and just look at something like the great sword, which as you can assume, it has a decent stats, but its average DPS, as you see right here, is 17.86 average DPS as a base. Obviously, if you were to multiply that by like the 6x that you're putting on with your stats, it would be very higher. But similarly applies to all these other ones. The DPS, you want to try to find the one with the best DPS on average based on your ore. So I would recommend going through this website and checking out all the stuff you do have. Now, another thing is if you go to the homepage, you can go on to this calculator just right here. Now on this calculator though, you can put in specifically the ores that you're wanting to get. And say, for example, I'm using ores right here. You can see it's going to give the trait. Now to get the full benefit of the ore trait, you need, I think literally after 3, you get full trait. So you can get all these different things. And then say I'm also using rivulite, which I think also has, 20% chance for critical. So I can use 3 ore, 3 rivulite, and I could get some of these. Now, a good thing is gauntlets. So say I'm doing more ore, more rivulite, I would probably do more ore just in general to keep my multiplier up higher. That's probably too much. Let's drop it down a bit till we can get into the gauntlets. Now, the gauntlets, as you see, we would have these stats right here with only 3 ore and 6 rivulite. But as you see, 105 base damage per second. That's obviously, if you get the 100% craft, say you only get like a 90, it would be about 95. So once again, that website will be in the description, but super good, valuable. You can use it there alongside all of the other recipes. But besides just the basic crafting, once again, I would recommend checking out the recipes page. But obviously for the most part, this is pretty much going to